Hello, good evening. Um, well, I have not um, have these videos in English for 2 weeks. I was doing some other videos not that long ago. So 2 weeks from now that I haven't done one, but I'm going to start again. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Well, I can find something that I want to share with you, but that's fine. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the power of connection. So I'm sure that you have probably heard about this, probably no, but it doesn't matter. I want to explain this to you. So, and what are the reasons that, pretty much all of our existence is going through so many stage in which we can understand what's going on, up and downs, and pretty much we live in like in a curve like this, and we can understand why it is so it looks like it's almost impossible to be in tune with something like this. For example, that it doesn't have to be excitement, but it could be described as happiness. So that is what I want to share with you today. So I always like to share with you how I came up with this topic that I want to talk to you today. And so yesterday, I don't know, I spent the night before at my sister's house, and then when I leave the house, I don't know, I felt some kind of connection, and I didn't understand. I just felt, and I say, I think this is going to be a good day, which saying this is going to be a good day is one of the limitations that we also have, because we should not feel this is going to be a good day. Each day should be good, regardless of what happened around us. But I just felt that way. So I was in the light, waiting for the green light to come, and I just feel there's going to be a lot of connection with you. Something is going to be very powerful. And the day was very pretty. I have some, the way I was feeling was very magical. I can understand it happened. But it was some sort of connection that I was feeling that day. I don't know what it was. Probably I was very concentrated in what I was doing that day. I don't know. But what is the good and the bad about that? Well, the good is that this connection that I feel come more often. It's coming more often in my life. And it happened when we calm our mind through meditation or just to be mindful. And it happened because you start seeing life in a different way, because you choose to see life in a different way. So when all that set of mind start, developing in your mind, everything starts changing, because everything surrounding us is about perception. So that's a good thing. But the bad thing is that I don't have to say, I am feeling connected today. I need to be able to be connected every day, so much that I don't even have to acknowledge that I'm connected, because it's a permanent bliss that I have to feel. And then you may say, well, how that is possible? It is almost impossible to live so connected. And connected to what? That we don't, you are telling me we need to be connected, but connected to what? And you are telling me only how I should feel. Well, I'm going to explain this to you. So when I mean connection, the connection has to come from within. So in other words, there is a stage in which you can feel everything is going to be fine, regardless of what happened around you. That is pretty much what you feel. There is some sort of peace within you that you recognize that no matter what happened to you, it's just healing. So you could be in an argument, and that day you feel so much connection that that person can probably insult you, but you just feel the connection, and you cannot even be angry with that person. And so those are probably the symptoms of this. And then you say, okay, connected to what? Well, it doesn't matter how you call it. It could be universe, God, whatever. It doesn't matter. You probably doesn't even believe in God, and that's fine. The concept of the connection, or the concept of what we are connected with, is not important, but the stage where we recognize that connection. It is a connection with something that probably we cannot escape, and we are always connected, but we forget about. So let's say, for example, just to make it more graphic, we are always part of the flow of life, no matter what, even if we are very disconnected, even if we don't feel things are going good, or we are not feeling the connection, everything is connected. But what happens is that to be in tune with this flow is like we are part of the flow. We don't know it because we turn off the light, and we are not able to see how we dance with the flow of life, and we get lost. That is what happened. So when we start turning this light more often, at the beginning you just turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, and you feel the connection sometime, and that's how you start. But then suddenly this connection is going to be coming to your life more often. But the lie, or being able to turn on that light, is that power within you that start popping every day, and then you start realizing how you are connected to this flow of life, where there is no discrimination for this. You don't have to go to church, you don't have to pray. Everyone is connected to this, but we pretty much keep the lights off all the time. So pretty much 80% of the time we are just completely blind. We don't see the connection, but that doesn't mean the connection doesn't exist. So the connection, I cannot even explain with words, because probably it doesn't have even a concept. But because we need concepts to understand things, I can probably tell you with words, but it wouldn't make sense. So you will feel some sort of bliss that it doesn't have any reason for you. You feel some sort of power and love for things that are happening to you, even if it's not a good thing. And then this feeling is just so beautiful and magical that things start being more beautiful around you. And let's say if you wish for something, and probably you forgot, or you probably surrender because it never came, eventually those things comes to you. And they comes to you because you are not chasing them. And because you are not chasing them, doesn't mean they are not there. They are part of the flow, but now we turn the light on and we are able to grab it without grabbing, without actually doing the physical act of grabbing that thing that we are wishing. It is just something that we realize it is there, and we are aware of that wish that we have for so long. So that is the power of connection. When we feel connected, we just feel a sensation of unity that we can probably not even describe. And I share this with you today because this is what I do. I share my experience with you through my coaching and everything. But when I feel that way, I try not to say anything. I try just to feel the moment. I don't try to be so excited about it. I just try to tune in with that feeling. And then everything become different. I mean, the perception is different. So, for example, today, I don't know if you know who is, I'm sure you know who it is, Alan Watts. He's so magical, and I have been listening to him lately. I have this book of him that I have not finished, but in one of his videos, I was trying to listen this morning. He was saying something very beautiful about everything that we do to get connected. He said something very interesting. He said, we meditate, we follow religious group, we follow people. You come to my seminars and listen to me. He said that to the audience he have there. And you come for all these things. And that is perfect. There is no problem with that. Maybe you feel some connection when you are there. And then he say, the problem with that is that you need to look for religion, meditation, or whatever, not to get something, but just to enjoy the experience, perhaps. So when we create all of this expectation in our life, we are not able to be connected because everything comes from the mind. Expectation come from the mind, and there is no connection coming from the mind. The connection is something that you don't even think about it comes. So there is no expectation. And when we go to a meditation group, or when we go to see, I don't know, someone in a seminar, and we go there just to find answers, there are not going to be answers. So the way to look at this and to get that power of connection is just feeling the moment. Like I have been explaining in other videos, just be mindful about what is going on in your life. Try not to judge what's going on. At the beginning you will judge because that's just how we are. But then more often, you kind of breathe that beautiful feeling of just feeling what it is, how it is, and how the flow it's going on. And then you are able to just let go of many judgment and just flow. Or just be part of the flow, or be aware of that flow. So if you go to a meditation group or whatever, there should not be rules. There should not be expectation. We need to be able to, in order to get connected to the universe and feel this beautiful bliss more often, up to a point where it's part of our life, expectation has to slow down. Surrender has to be more vivid in our life. And just let it go of things, and we just have to do physical things here. At the beginning it's hard, and we feel in concept, how I let it go, how I surrender. We have to start at least with few little things. The argument with my coworker, my boss telling me something and be angry. So you don't start surrendering to everything because it's hard. In concept, we come from this mindset that is so hard to leave. But you just stop surrendering to little details, and you will see that the time you start surrendering these little details, that thing have a beautiful and magical result that you could not expect. And I can assure you that is true because it happened to me. I am a person that likes to control many things, and sometimes I lose the meaning of or the teaching behind that just because of the control. But I have experience that the more I let go things and I just leave it the way they are, I can get connected more often, and I can see the result that my mind and my soul probably are wishing. But then I realize that coming from my mind is not what I care, but coming this bliss of connection that is also in tune with that feeling. So it is probably in concept a little bit hard. But the only thing I can tell you right now that you can probably tune in or feel this connection is to start surrendering to things. Start surrendering slowly. You don't have to give up of anything. You don't have to, just try with different exercise, different things here and there. And the more you do it, the more you are going to be able to feel that, It's like that light start being more shiny, and then you are going to see that flow. So surrender is the number one thing. And then the other thing is the expectation. We need to slow down to the expectation. The less concepts we hold in our minds, the more we are connected. I would say 90% of our life is concepts. We need to label things. We need to have concept about things. We have to have the, things that our mind understands. And when we start looking for meanings of everything, it is pretty much impossible to understand the intuition that intuition is part of the connection. So when you start feeling all these beautiful things, when you start feeling all this beautiful wave of feeling, because you are present in the moment, try not to even, we try, that's just normal. But the more you tune in this, just try not to judge or not to understand it. Just feel it. That's the magical part of that. You just feel it, you just go with it, and you just stay there. And the more we feel it, the more they are going to come. And I can assure you that with my own experience. And let's say, for example, if you are right now in a very bad situation, something happened, you're going through divorce or you lose your job or something happened. Those tense moments are magical. In the moment we don't feel it that way, it is hard for us to understand. But the more resistance we put, the more we suffer and go through pain. It's so much tension in the whole situation that the tension is so hard that explode. And when you explode, you surrender because you realize that you cannot control that you actually you don't have the power to get whatever you are trying to get there. And then that's when you surrender. So this example of extreme, because we are forced to be in that corner, have to be applied in everyday things. The let it go of the argument with the sister, or the let it go with the, I don't know, the situation at the grocery store with the cashier or whatever. And we just have to practice with small things. And then the more we let go, we can feel that. We can feel that. It is very, very beautiful. It's something that you cannot even explain. But the less we have concepts, the more we are going to be tuned with this. And this is just a powerful thing. So I want to share that with you because I think it is important for others to understand how, and you cannot even understand perhaps because these are concepts. You may say that, well, I don't feel what you're saying. But this is not something that, in order to enjoy, I can describe this to you for 10 hours and probably you will not feel it, or probably yes, because you have been there before. But the only thing to help you get there, if you are not there, is just surrender, like I say, just be present in the moment and just try to see everything that comes to you as something that had a meaning behind, and that at the end of the day, everything will be perfect. Even if that situation is horrendous, even if that situation in front of you seems to be out of control, in which people suffer or which there is a lot of pain or whatever, at the end, it is beautiful, perfect. Because it's like many pieces compose this whole life. And there are going to be pieces that, for example, are not going to be beautiful, accurate, but it is necessary to be that way so the other pieces here can be beautiful. So we have to see everything as a whole. And when we see everything as a whole, unity comes. And when we see unity, connection comes. So it is like one step at the time, and at the end, everything seems so much in connection that you cannot even explain. So yesterday, I just want to tell you this. So because we always look for physical things, we always see to touch concept. I feel this powerful thing, which I am more often working to have that more and more and more. And I am able to tune into that, and I know when I can do it. But ego is so powerful, and the identity with this anger and emotion that I feel sometimes, that I lose that. And then I go back and I surrender and I say, why I need to be in this position when I know that that older one is the one that I really enjoy. But see, that is when the problem comes. I come from here to here. The good thing about that is that when I am here, I can see the beauty of that. And when I am that, I can see the ugliness here. But I'm still in that stage that I jump from one stage to the other one, which is a good step, because before I was only here and I was not able to see any connection. But like I say, the more we tune in, the more we get addicted to that bliss, which is our natural state. Our natural state is connection. When we were babies, we were always connected. There were no worriness. Everything was beautiful. Everything was pure and love, because that's our true essence. So, like I say, if you want to have a concept, because that's how your mind probably understand right now, and it's very common for us because we are not where we have to be probably yet. Yesterday, the connection was so magical that the whole day was beautiful. And there were even beautiful rewards for me, physical rewards, money rewards that I didn't even expect them. But it was just that beautiful thing, and I let it go. And the other thing was, in the morning when I woke up with like 10 things that keep worrying me. And I even put numbers in there. Number 1, this is the most important. Number 2, number 3, number 4. And then I start, okay, so how I'm going to do this? It's 7 o'clock in the morning and all of these things are coming into my mind. If I keep this during the day, this is going to be a horrendous day. So you know what? It doesn't matter at the end of the day what people may think about all of these things, because pretty much they were concerned about how others could feel about this and that. And I say, at the end of the day, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. But I am just worried about that I care. So I say, I'm not going to think about that, and I just continue my day. I let that feeling go. It took me a little while, but I just breathe, feel my breathing, get tuned in, and then I let it go. This is not easy, but it comes easily more often. And then when I did that, I leave the house, keep going what I was doing, and I feel the connection in that light, that intersection. I just feel the connection, and it was a beautiful day. Many other things came at night. I have a beautiful dinner, and a lot of stress was released. So this is not just possible for me. I mean, there is no speciality on anything. We are all, no one is special, and we are all special at the same time. There is a concept that we keep some time in which, well, maybe I just came into this life to just go through pain. No, that's not the real estate of anything. The real estate is beautiful things, but we lose the connection. And when we lose the connection, we just, well, we never lose the connection. Like I say, we turn the light off and we don't see the flow, but we are just part of that dance. It's like a dance, a beautiful dance. And everyone is dancing at the same time. So, well, let's say I want to recommend you some kind of physical thing, physical activity that you can see, that you can do. Well, you know, I always recommend the meditation, just listening to your breathing. Don't expect anything. That's just a physical thing that you can do to calm your mind, but don't expect anything. Don't expect absolutely anything. Just do it, and you will feel how, you know, the mind calm down a little bit. And just, you know, watch every single thing you do. Watch. If you cooking, just feel the cooking, do what you're doing, and just be focused on that. And the more focused you are, you don't have time to judge. You probably do at the beginning, but then you are just right there, very concentrated in that beautiful moment that your mind cannot do two things at the same time. And this is just practice. I mean, we are so, you know, used to live in this state of wonder, fear, that it takes a little while to start feeling this connection. But it is possible. It is possible for everyone. And the good thing is that more and more and more and more, I can see how people are living ideas, ideals, and concepts in their mind that hold them back for so long. It could be belonging to a political party, it could be that belonging to a probably religious group or whatever, and they just leave all these concepts more often, and they are just trying to be in tune, just in tune with the universe, just in tune with God, with whatever you want to believe. And it is coming. I mean, I can feel it every single day. I can feel it at work, how people are looking for answers. And the answers are right there. We just don't see them. Not right there, right here. Don't go anywhere trying to find answers. You need to find those answers within you. And I know in concept it's hard, but it's not that hard when you start finding those answers, when you start calming your mind. So, beautiful thing. I always pretty much recommend books or someone to listen. Well, right now I am listening to Alan Watts, which I'm sure many of you have listened to, but I change people, and I was reading him for a little while, long time ago, then I'm started again. And then any other kind of beautiful books that get you in tune is going to be helpful. Keep something in mind. There is nothing good or bad. Everything is what it is. If you belong to something that probably later will bring you not too much joy, and you realize it was a bad concept of believing something, that's fine, because in that moment help you to realize about something, perhaps that concept was not good for you. So the only way to realize that was not good was to going through that concept. So don't believe that you are making mistakes just because you don't feel any progress, because we make progress every single day. Every single day, even though we don't believe, yes, we are more closer to unity and to that beautiful connection. Even though if you are stuck in a situation right now, you are making progress, because the more, we live, the more we have the opportunity to do things, work for ourselves, by making mistakes, by learning, or by feeling the connection. There are no other ways. We either feel it or not feel it, but all of them are part of that process of evolving and growing as a human being, as a soul, until unity comes. So don't think if you are stuck in a situation that you are not working on yourself. You are, even in the worst situation. Actually, the worst situation that we describe as the worst just because we don't like how it feels, probably is one of the best situations you are in. Because in those tough situations is when you really feel that there is something else you have to do that you haven't done before. So if it comes to you as a painful situation, it is something that it was necessary just to come to you to pay, to realize about what is the thing that you have to learn. So there is nothing wrong with that. Okay, I have some comments here. Valerie, hey, thank you once again. I need this word, forever love. Oh, forever love. I love that. Thank you so much. And I have some other here. Okay, physical connection, deep called deep, the awakening of the body, the immortal sound of the flesh. Yeah, all of those are beautiful concepts. It is not only the awakening of the body, but also the soul. Everything is one, and then we just believe we have one body, we have this, but at the end of the day, you need the body to experience this existence. But the real awakening, I think, happened inside, and it's so magical that it will have an impact in your body, and it will have your impact in your mind. So, but everything has to come from within. Sometimes we waste so much time just thinking that we need to exercise or do this or that or diet, and that will come with some beautiful gift, but that's not actually the truth. Well, I don't have any other comment, but I really like this topic. I had a claim the other day from another person saying, I really like your video, but I have to listen to it twice because there were things that I couldn't understand. So if that is what you feel sometime, just send me a message and I can respond to you with any questions that you have. Because what is happening more often to me, and I'm not saying that out of any ego or just saying that I am special, but I feel so much connection with what I'm saying and sharing with you that sometimes I just go on, and probably there are concepts that maybe you don't understand or maybe you do, but trust me, you will understand that. When I start reading Alan Watts, Ram Dass, and so many others many years ago, the concepts were like crazy in my head. But then I could understand them, not from my mind, but from some other places that I could not even understand how I could understand them. So these are concepts that probably are a little bit too abstract for our mind, but just keep thinking about them because it comes from within. Everything that I'm telling you here, I feel the connection, and if I feel the connection, I talk about that day. Otherwise, I change that. I change the subject. So everything comes from connection, and it has an energy that will help you. Not because I'm special, no, because it comes from that deep, deep side of mine that it have the wisdom that we all have. You have that wisdom as well. Okay, I want to let you know. You can write me message. People write me message after my videos, and I love that. I respond to them. Know that I can resolve an issue in a message. For that, I have my coaching session, but I can read my message and I do answer them. But I want to invite you to 2 of my seminars. I have one in Spanish, December the 9th. You can go into my Facebook page or my Instagram and you can see the link and you can sign up there. And then I have another one in January the 13th. This one is a little bit of everything. This is going to be a beautiful one. It's going to be long. It's going to be from 8:30 in the morning to 1 o'clock. We will have some snacks and some food. And then we're going to talk about the physical part, which is yoga, meditation, yoga, meditation, and oils. We will have Julia. She's a good friend of mine, and she's a good expert on oils. She will be talking about oils with meditation and so on. And I will be handling the other part of the seminar, which is about all these beautiful topics that I'm talking to you. We are going to be tuning in with information and good wisdom from Buddha tradition and yoga tradition and many others. You can see that in the description of the event. You can go to my Facebook page, The Live by Joanna, and you can find that specific one in English. January the 13th. You can sign up, and it's pretty much half day. It's for 4 or 5 hours. So it's going to be a little bit intense. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on, but it's going to be very beautiful. And the other one in Spanish is December the 9th. That one is a little bit shorter. That's only 3 hours long, but it's going to be very pretty too. We're going to have a lot of meditation exercise, and we're going to have some other activities that are going to help us. So I just want to invite you, and well, if you don't want to go to them, fine. I keep posting all these videos every Sunday and every Wednesday in Spanish. On Sundays, like I say, for 2 weeks I didn't post because I was busy doing the meditations at night and it was late, and I just didn't have the time to do it. But I'm going to start fixing all the schedule for the other meditation and see how we are going to be flowing with this other talk in English. But I am very glad that you listened, and I can't wait to see the comments you have for me, because I learned so much about those comments that you give me and the feedback, and I really, really, really love them. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy these, and I hope to see you in my workshops, which more often I'm going to be posting them. I'm going to be creating more seminars. I really appreciate your help today, and being here, giving me all this feedback means so much for me. So thank you very much, and have a very, very good night.